Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, or Kaha Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles who got millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim now pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shah Barakathon. So what I'm gonna get into is this article, and I'm gonna make it real short, just for the simple fact that one of the Akim I sent this to, I did a lesson on it. Alright, but as y'all see in the title, it says, as food inflation worsens, grocery stores are becoming more frequent sites of violent fights and thefts. Welcome to Joe Biden's utopia. Alright, and soon in the near future, stuff like this is gonna become more more frequent, more frequent than what it is now. Alright, because right now, even though the cost of food, shit that, you buy on a regular, it started, inflate, it started, get more expensive. But eventually it's gonna get to the point where, people, they not gonna give a damn. Alright, they not gonna care. And, just like what Esau show you and depict to you in these movies. What people gotta understand is that these movies ain't made for no reason. That's not just Hollywood. Alright. That shit is gonna be a reality soon to Esau. He knows that. He knows that when he make the people desperate, take away their rights, whatever, the people, they gonna lose it. And first and foremost, it's prophecy. Brothers constantly, going to second as 15, right? But those are the times that we're living in, man. Right? We're living in those times where people, they getting ready to lose it. Right? They gonna start, going into these stores, start grabbing shit up. You know what I mean? Like, I just seen this one video of this Jake. He was dealing with this Edomite woman, and she started acting a fool because she couldn't afford her snacks. So she went and got him. He went in there and was starting, trying to beat up on the store clerk. And bro had grabbed a knife and with the stick and Jake and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put bro straight to death. And this is just now. You know what I'm saying? So wait until, people really starting to have those hunger pains. Not able to feed their kids. They gonna, go to these stores and just start grabbing shit. Cause you got people already doing it. And I remember going a couple months back, they was talking about on the news in LA on how Jake was basically out there waiting outside of grocery stores and was basically robbing people for, the shit that they was buying. All right, and that's just now. So how much more whenever, hyperinflation, is here. People really can't afford shit. Just like I had that Edomite woman, she was like, $98 fucking dollars. $98 fucking dollars. I'm talking about like how she had to decide whether or not she, if she wants to put gas in the car or buy food. You know what I mean? And of course she had to choose gas to put in the car because that's the only way she can get back and forth to work. So people, they are already starting to, feel it a little bit, but just wait until, it really start touching people, and this made me think about movies because, like I said, Esau, he puts this shit in movies. He knows that if they make this happen, they make that. Like brothers go into Order Ab Chaos. They do something. Hey, they know they know the people gonna react a certain way to it. Therefore, they're able to roll in, a martial law and really do their thing. All right, and I also seen Salaki Ferrand a little bit, just rocking out through the spirit. But I also seen on Twitter when had this Edomite woman, she went in the fucking like a 7-Eleven or something, and she had an axe, and what she did, she swung it right at dude's mouth and busted his shit open. He was leaking. Went to hitting other people with it. You know what I'm saying? So the people on edge, man. So just wait until, the Lord really start to, turn this shit up, turn these plagues up. All right. But it says we're here, Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan for America is moving right along, just as his resume plan, with widespread civil unrest incidents now occurring in grocery stores. All right, civil unrest basically going into how the people, they protesting against the government. Which is we not really seeing too much of that now. Besides that, Roe v. Wade shit. But eventually, people, just wait until you got to pay $30 for a watermelon or something. Then that's when people really gonna lose it, because in everybody's mind, they think that this shit's gonna go back to normal when it's really not. All right, but wait until they figure out that they ain't gonna go back to normal. Then that's when they gonna be like, hell nah. They probably gonna go grab their little rifles and shit, and they gonna start, going up to where the government is, where the mayor's at, whatever. It says inflationary pressures coupled with food shortages causing some Americans to suffer total meltdowns right there in aisle 6. One recent incident involved a customer who stomped the face of a security guard, while another saw a woman light herself on fire over in produce. You know what I mean? And for somebody to light themselves on fire, they got to be either drugged up, or they could have had that potion. And Esau could have turned something up on them and had them do that, because ain't nobody in their right mind finna just light themselves on fire. Right? Fire is hot, and you willingly not finna just do yourself harm like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I remember the brothers was mentioning, back in like 2012, I think, whenever there was somebody out in Florida, dude was basically on so-called drugs, and he started eating this homeless dude's face. And Esau, he blamed that shit on Flocka and swept it right under the rug. Wasn't talking about it no more. You know what I'm saying? And brothers believe through the spirit that was Esau experimenting on shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jake. It's this one Jake dude, you know what I'm saying? He was butt-ass naked, running head first into cars and shit. That ain't something just a dope addict would do. You know what I mean? I know how, somebody who on dope act, and they don't act like that. You know what I mean? But, that was just something I was thinking about through the spirit. Esau, he can be out here, he can be out here fucking with his technology, just trying shit out. But it says another unhinged person drank gasoline over in the bakery while standing. Another brandished an axe. Maybe this person was unaware of the fact that the meat in the butcher section had already been slaughtered. It all sounds like fiction. And, and right now, you tell people about this and they think that, it's something like, people see movies and they think that shit is just fiction. They don't think it's real. But like The Purge, all that shit is going to be a reality soon. Like I mentioned from time to time, Robert Goldberg, he was talking about the blackouts, in Project Zypher, and how it's going to be the Purge out here. So Esau, he doesn't, put out movies like The Purge and stuff like that, just to be out there, just for Hollywood, just for your entertainment. That's because this shit is going to actually be a reality, real soon. Because that's how witchcraft works. And before Esau does something, he shows you before he does it so that you can say that you ain't know. All right, that's how this devil moves. And that's how witchcraft works. They don't just do the shit behind closed doors and just make some shit happen like voila. Nah, they going to show you, have it right in your face. You ever heard of the term, the truth hidden in plain sight? This shit is right in your face, but the people just too stupid, you know what I'm saying? They brains too full of fluoride in order to really just realize that this shit is all gonna be a reality soon. All right. And it says it all sounds like fiction, but the news media says it is happening all over the place as people grow restless. The constant political bickering that rules this country could be one factor in the melee, or perhaps a few three-letter agencies are orchestrating these incidents as false flag events, which could be the case. Because we know that, Esau, he has an agenda, that he's trying to push. He's trying to take away these Americans, these patriots, they Second Amendment, and they know that they not rocking with it. You know what I mean? You got Edomites getting on TikTok, angry as hell, talking about you not taking away, they ARs or whatever. You know what I mean? And they not going to go out without a fight without that. You know what I'm saying? Because these Edomites, that's their blessing. They live by their sword, man. All right? And they willing to die behind that shit. And, hey, these at least know that. That's why they going to roll in troops from these other countries, the NATO, and have them getting busy, have them control this shit. It says whatever the case may be, American civility is being lost at a rapid pace, and the current regime appears to be doing everything within its power to escalate the insanity as much as possible. All right, because the people on edge, man. You know what I mean? You got shootings at an all-time high. Call out Yahabashima, shot 441. You got shootings at an all-time high. You know what I mean? There was just another mass shooting a couple of days ago. Is it a false flag? You know, could be. You know what I'm saying? But even then, you still got other shit that goes on in the cities, man. You know what I mean? You know, shootings everywhere. But let me see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably just stop it right there real quick. But all right, so like y'all got interrupted. But going back to that point that I was making, you know, there's all types of stuff that's going on all around, you know what I'm saying, you know, Babylon alone. You know what I mean? And the Lord is putting a cold spirit on these people, you know, because he said that he was going to cause the, you know, the love of many shall wax cold. You know, people going to start, you know, getting real caught, especially the people that, you know, took that, that technology, you know what I'm saying, that juice from Esau. You know, we still don't really fully know what's going to happen to them. You know, shit, we got an idea, but Esau, he can do something, and everybody just start twitching and bugging out. All right. But it says civilized society really took a turn from the worst after Trump was selected, followed by the pandemic, and now the Supreme Court decision. Call it the zombie apocalypse, or better yet, the precursor to the Great Tribulation spoken of in the Bible. Society is changing. All right, and I'm going to stop right there. But hey, you know, this is, you know, all these things going on. These are all you know, a precursor, you know, a prelude, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, that Great Tribulation that's talked about in Matthew 24, you know what I mean, which is also known as Jacob's Trouble. All right, and, you know, when you actually go into the NLT, you know, it actually says that it's going to be like a time never before in history. You know, we in that time where, you know, stuff that once happened in the world, this time it's going to far exceed anything that ever happened. You know, you can think about what happened in Rwanda in the 1990s. You know, you can think about 70 AD, all that. You know, this time that we in now, this shit is going to make all that look like a walk in the park. All right. But I just want to grab this one real quick, because the main focal point of this lesson was, you know, basically just getting into how people are going to these stores and starting to tweak out. All right. It says, 2 Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You know, going into, you know, these different, you know, major corporations, if you will, you know, your Walmart, Costco's, you know, Food Cities, Food Kings, you know, whatever y'all got in y'all cities. You know, what's gonna happen is, you know, Esau, he can get on the news and announce, you know, oh, we're having a shortage of this, so go to the stores and buy as much as you can, all this shit, and everybody gonna start getting in there trying to grab it. You know you gonna have people looting. You gonna have people that can't afford shit, and they not gonna care. They gonna get in there and get what they can, and you best believe, you know, guns is gonna be let off. You know, just how they show you on World War Z. You know, Brad Pitt, he was running there with his daughter, I think, to go get some type of medicine, and I think he had a strap with him. And a cop, he was a J cop, he was running, you know, in there, and he basically put his gun up because he thought the cop was finna arrest him or some shit, and the cop done him running right past him to go get some baby formula. Oh, and shit, hey, that's a spirit too. That's another thing, that baby formula. You know what I mean? It's already a shortage on that. You know what I mean? You got people that, you know, actually put an extra 1,000 miles on their car traveling around just to find baby formula, man. You know, people got to order this shit from Canada. You know what I mean? But the point being is that when people go to these stores, you best believe that shit gonna be chaotic as hell. People think that Black Friday is chaotic. Motherfuckers out there waiting all night, getting there and bumping into each other and fighting over TVs. And you think that's bad? Wait until, you know, people fighting over food. All right? It says in verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And right now we blowing that trumpet, you know what I'm saying, forewarning our people or foretelling our people of what's to come. But eventually the Heavenly Father, he gonna let that shit, everything he said that he was gonna make happen, it's all gonna happen, man. And this shit may all happen, within a short amount of time. So you go through one thing, it's gonna be another thing coming, boom, martial law, boom, truths. It's gonna be all types of stuff going on in the mix, man. Chaotic as hell. It says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Your best friend that you knew for such and such amount of time, y'all like to drink Coors Light and shit, and barbecue on the weekends. Y'all gonna fight each other like enemies. All right, it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Because, as the scripture tells you in Ezekiel 7, horror is going to be on every side, right? You're going to be covered in horror because that's how bad it's getting ready to get out here. You know what I'm saying? Time will tell, man. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, because this shit is bound and getting ready to pop off. All right, but that's all I had to bring out, just a quick hit that I wanted to get into. Adam Ratazada poems proving that the lesson was edifying. Call Allah Yahaba Shema Shabba Shema Kakadash Shalom in the Bible Bar.